Welcome back, wonderful humans. I'm Danielle and I currently live alone. I'm trying to shift towards healthy meals whilst remaining on a budget. I've mixed up how I do these videos, so I hope you end up enjoying them a little bit more and they still provide you with a lot of meal inspiration in terms of what you can have for breakfast, lunches and dinners throughout a busy work week. Without further ado, let's get into it. All right, so for Saturday's lunch, I did end up going to Greg's and had some boiled eggs, a ham and egg roll, as well as a latte. And then I did end up having a sausage roll as well, so super calorie heavy. Guys, for me, Saturday evening normally means tabletop, and I would usually cook a proper meal. I also had quite a lot for Greg's. I'm craving some salty popcorn, so I've made some up, and I'll see how much of it I end up eating. But yeah, salty popcorn, one of the microwave ones from Lidl, so nothing fancy. Hi guys, so as you can possibly see, I'm wearing the same jumper as yesterday because I refuse to be cold, and I put it on when I got home yesterday, so I put it on again this morning. And for breakfast, I'm just having some red grapes. It's actually quite a small bowl, and it doesn't necessarily look like it, but yeah, it's probably worked out as being a small bunch of grapes. I think I ended up weighing it out to be about 85 grams. So just finishing these off. I obviously got them last week, so I wanted to make sure I use them before they start to go bad or a bit funny. So yeah, and that's breakfast for this fine Sunday chilly day. Alright guys, safe to say I'm still incredibly cold. First I want to have my dressing gown on over all of this and have my hot water bottle, the heating on, and you probably can't see it there, but I can still see my breath because my flight is just so cold today. But I made myself a pepper stir fry mix. It obviously has a few other things in there, sort of bean sprouts, some pepper, some cabbage and stuff. And then I added some rice vermicelli noodles and some oyster sauce to it as well. So it's obviously quite a hefty lunch, but I just wanted something warming, and at least there's all those vegetables in there to make it kind of healthy as well. So yeah, time to enjoy this for lunch, and I'll catch you again either for some snacks later on, or if not, then for dinner. So this is what my dinner looks like tonight before I then take a serving of it out. I've done a cheese, onion and potato pie with some short crust pastry on top. But I've made enough so I can have plenty for sort of lunches and things as well throughout the week. So yeah, let me serve it up and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. And I have my messy dinner, as you would have seen. I knew it was going to end up being super messy, but I have my pastry on top and then that super gooey, cheesy potatoiness underneath and on the side as well, because I couldn't get it all out of that sort of dish. That's the word I'm looking for, the dish all in one go. But yeah, this reminds me of the kind of dish I used to make when I was kind of a student, but I used fancier cheese and a lot more of it as well. But still going to be delicious all the same. Definitely smells kind of Marmite-y because it was the Marmite cheese. But yeah, I'm going to tuck into this for a Sunday evening and try not to think about the fact that I've got work tomorrow. And everyone, as you can see, I am super wrapped up because it's my long day at work, and I figured instead of me sort of saying, oh, I had it for kind of breakfast, it's currently 10:50 a.m. It's my first break of the day, and I've got some 0% Greek yogurt, some blueberries, some chia seeds, and then some of that chocolate hazelnut spread, the fancy version where it's like 36p hazelnut or something. But yeah, breakfast, time to eat it before I'm back on my break, back on work from break, because I only get 15 minutes for my morning break, but they decide when you're working 8 till 6 to make you work 2 hours, nearly 3 hours before you get to eat. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy this then. Back to work all the way until 2 o'clock for my lunch. It's 2 o'clock, about 2:05, and I'm surviving my workday. I have an ear infection, which isn't surprising because the headsets that we get given at work since I started working mess my ears up quite a lot, but today it's definitely worse. Anyway, for lunch I have a mixture of some spinach, mango, apple, something else juice anyway, and then I also have some of that leftovers of the cheese, onion, potato pie with a tiny splob of barbecue sauce as well. So obviously it looks super messy, but kind of what happens obviously. But yeah, and then I reheated it a little bit as well, just to make some of that cheese and stuff go a bit gooey. But yeah, that is my lunch today. Do this for some sort of sugary nutrition. and I'll catch you again after work. I've got an afternoon break. I might end up having a snack, but probably not because it's normally too late to be able to do that, but especially since I normally get on with cooking once I do finish. So yeah, I finish at 6, so I'll catch you again then. Right, work is over, free for the day. I showered, and whilst I was showering I did some baby potatoes in the oven, a bundle of broccoli and some sausages as well. So super simple, but it's definitely the kind of food that you need when it's a bit chilly. It's pretty much freezing again today. Obviously just after a long day, something I could throw in the oven and walk away, and obviously just do the broccoli quickly at the end. But yeah, I'm definitely going to enjoy this and settle down for a cozy evening. See you again tomorrow, guys. Guys, figured I'd show you my breakfast as I'm making it today. I have 0% fat, proper Greek yogurt, and then I have some of this. It's a smooth hazelnut and cacao, spread by Segiana. Don't really know if that's how we pronounce it, but it's 31% hazelnut, and it's definitely pretty chocolatey and stuff as well. So I'm going to pop some of that in here and give it all a good mix around, because I only have this small amount left. It's only basically a portion of this anyway. Make this more into sort of a chocolatey kind of dessert, I suppose. So I am having this for breakfast. And then I have some chia seeds. I have these from the Grape Tree, a localish health store. That's in sort of the discount park centre. See, there isn't actually any discounts there, but it is there. So add some of those in. I'm always reluctant to add in the actual amount that's recommended for portion size because of the warnings that do come with chia seeds, but I do that anyway. And then I have quite a few raspberries, but raspberries never seem to last very well in my fridge, so instead I'm just going to use them all up, which is about 100 grams of raspberries. It's definitely more than I need, but I'm going to roughly give these a mix through as well. So you don't want to do it too aggressively because it will end up breaking them all up. So just do it so some of them get broken up, but they all get nice and coated as well. And there we go. Doesn't look particularly delicious, but it will fill a hole for breakfast for this fine Tuesday, chilly, rainy morning. I'm here in my kitchen and it's about 1:15, 1:20 because I managed to have an earlier lunch today, and I was having some more of that cheese and onion potato pie. You can see I'm terrible at serving it up, but hopefully the last slice will come out a little bit easier when I go to eat it tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just going to have that and then have a little bit of relaxing time before I get back to work and taking calls for the afternoon. So I'll catch you again either later for a snack, or if not, then just at dinner time. Talk to you soon. Alright guys, so I've had an absolutely horrendous day so far. Well, this afternoon now at work, with a really sad call that lasted like 50 minutes, so to the extent where I just ended up spending like 45 minutes talking to one of our mental health first aiders about it. But my mum made me this Christmas cake, and I've decided I want to have a nice large slice of it. To be honest, I'm probably going to finish this off. Probably won't eat this little penguin guy on the top. But yeah, this is obviously pretty hefty on the calorie count. But do you know what? I deserve it. End of. So yeah, having this for my afternoon break snack, and I'll catch you again at dinner time when I figure out what I'm going to have, because this probably means I won't end up eating what I plan to eat. Spoiler alert, I only ate half of it. The other half, with the silly penguin, is back in this Tupperware box thing. So it is now the evening, and because of my terrible day, I've just ended up doing a pork chop that I had. It might be a pork loin, yeah, it's pork loin actually rather than a pork chop, and some broccoli as well. Just did it on a small sort of, what you'd normally have as a small sort of lunch plate, so it's not actually as big a portion as it might look. But yeah, I was going to do something a bit more fancy, but honestly, after today, I really just don't want to. It's at least fairly healthy and nutritious, with it being sort of some protein and a bit of vegetables. But that probably will be all for today, seeing as I did end up having that cake, kind of ate into the rest of my calories for the day. But yeah, I'll catch you all probably tomorrow. See you again then. Hopefully Wednesday will be better. 10 o'clock, 10, and I'm having a work meeting. But I've ended up having 2 teaspoons, pretty flat teaspoons of this just to finish it off. And then I have an orange and cranberry beanies coffee as well. So definitely not the best, but I just didn't have the time this morning. So I'm just grabbing this now, and I'll make sure I have something proper at lunchtime. Right, it's Wednesday. It's 2:45, probably nearer 3 o'clock now, and I'm just on my lunch break for the day because, yet again, the scheduling team decided that basically 3 o'clock is a great time for somebody to have lunch because, you know, if you start at 10, you apparently don't eat lunch until 9:30 or something before you start. But yeah, so I am just having my lunch now, and you'll all be pleased to know I've had the rest of that cheese, onion thing, etc. here. So for the rest of the week, I'll get to have something different for lunch, probably just some tin soup or something though, to be honest. So it won't be much more exciting. But yeah, I'm going to tuck into eating this because, obviously, I haven't actually eaten much today and I'm pretty hungry. But then I'll be back probably for dinner time. I may end up having a bit of fruit or something during my afternoon break, but we'll see. I don't think my afternoon break's until nearly 5. So yeah, catch you all again in a little while. Alright guys, so it is dinner time and I have made up this with some beef mince, around 200 grams of 5% beef mince. Topped it with some sweet potato slices. There's some peas and sweet corn, mushrooms and onions in there as well. And of course a bit of sort of gravy with a bit of Marmite and stuff as well. So with that, whilst it looks a lot sort of because it's in a glass dish, it does actually work out as just being one portion. So I'm going to pop it onto a plate and just tuck into it as it is. Good morning, happy Thursday, which for me is basically Friday because I do have tomorrow off of work. But I had a fairly late start, didn't sleep too well. So I'm just having some blackberries, about 75 grams, some 0% Greek yogurt with some chia seeds on top for breakfast before I get knuckled into doing some work. Got a few meetings today. And then, as usual, where I've started late, I'll be having a late lunch break as well. Then just got something simple for dinner planned, and probably a few snacks. To be honest, I should make sure I do it. I do sort of eat a bit more fruit here and there. But yeah, I'll catch back up with you a little bit later on this mildly warmer Thursday. It's now nearly 12 o'clock, like 11:40 or something. I'm just going to have a banana super quick before I get back to more work stuff because I was distracted in the kitchen for a while reheating my hot water bottle up. So I was grabbing this. And then I'm probably going to end up having some soup or something for lunch, but I will catch you around 2 o'clock. It's me, just here in my kitchen, as always. I'm just going to have a tin of cream of mushroom soup from Sainsbury's. As I mentioned, I have a couple of these in the cupboard, so I just want to use one of them up. And they're obviously not the most healthy things. This one's like 230 calories for the entire tin compared to what some soups can be. But I just want to make a bit of room in my kitchen cupboards and get it out of the way. So I'm going to have this. Hopefully it'll warm me up a little bit as well because my hands are slowly starting to freeze trying to use my mouse and keyboard at work. So yeah, I'm going to eat this, tuck in, and I'll catch you again later on, probably for dinner. Right guys, I caved and it's my afternoon break. It's around 4:30 and earlier I made some of the 0% Greek yogurt Biscoff trend thing that's been going around. But I put in some vanilla extract and a little tiny bit of honey as well in here just to make it a bit more sweet and feel a bit more actually desserty rather than just yogurt and biscuits. And it's alright. Definitely think adding that vanilla to it has helped to bring it together a bit more. But next time, maybe, if I was going to do it again, probably won't, to be honest. But if I was, I'd probably add a few berries or something in here. Maybe some dark chocolate chips or something as well. But yeah, I'm going to tuck into this before I crack on with the remainder of my workday. Alright, bit of a slapdash meal this evening. I have some more of that pickled cucumber, a couple of pork sausages that are mildly overcooked, some steamed broccoli, and then some mixture of sweet potato, and then just some normal mini new baby potatoes as well. Just throwing that all together. Got a bit distracted, so just having this a little bit later on in the day, probably about 7 o'clock. So I was going to enjoy this now and try my best to relax for the evening. Good morning, guys. Happy Friday. Obviously the last day of this video, but I went out this morning because I ended up getting the full day off of work, and I went down to Lidl and got a few things for doing some food tomorrow. Now it's around 11 o'clock, so I'm just going to end up having some chicken soup for kind of brunch. Do have some corn cakes as well that will probably pop with it. But yeah, just have that, something super simple and warming. I've obviously showered as well, but with that I've got my hot water bottle, getting ready and doing everything I can to stay warm without cranking the heating up too much, because whilst I can afford it, I refuse to spend as much on electric as the electric bill is these days. So yeah, gonna have some chicken soup. It's another tin out of the cupboard then. Some more of those corn cakes where the corn cakes are open. I want to make sure I eat them before they go soggy. And then I'll probably end up having some fruit or something in the middle of the afternoon. So I'll catch up with you again then. It's about 3:15 and I've decided I'm going to finish off the rest of this apple, mango, spinach and avocado juice, and also grab a banana as well. It's obviously quite a lot of sugar, but it's at least got some nutritional value in it rather than me just ending up caving and having some popcorn or some biscuits or something. So yeah, I'm just going to enjoy this, and then I'll probably catch you again for dinner, where I'll be doing some fried rice using this rice that's cooling down at the minute. See you again then. I've made myself egg fried rice with some pork and everything for dinner, and I've just served this up here with some spring onion green bits on top as well. So I'm just going to tuck into this, and then I'll either see whether I want to have some more later on, or whether I just end up wanting to put it into a Tupperware to have it for another day. But yeah, just going to tuck into this and hopefully fill the little hungry hole that keeps my tummy rumbling. Well, that's it for this week. So as always, thanks so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, please consider liking, subscribing, maybe even hitting that bell, and I'll catch you in the next one.